Hi everyone, it's Dan here from Flexxable. Today I'm going to teach you how to land clients in a new niche without any case studies or testimonials. Let's get stuck in. Everyone listening to this video, including myself, have had to start from scratch and land clients and get them to part with their money gratefully without a testimonial or a case study. And a lot of us sometimes forget the creativity and the hustle we used to have to be able to do that, right? And today I'm going to talk about kind of reinventing the wheel and being able to go into a brand new niche and land clients without case studies and testimonials, all right? You're going to enjoy some of this stuff. You know, sales is difficult for some people, right? But you have to remember that we're lead generation agencies and we can change niches. If something doesn't work, we can generate leads in other niches. We can, do whatever we want. We can be flexible. But you have to remember that the clients you're reaching out to, they've put their life and soul into their business. They might have remortgaged their home in order to keep it afloat, to be able to make sure that they can provide for their family and send their kids to school and all that type of stuff, right? They have to make their business work. All right, they have to be able to find new ways to generate leads that convert into business, great quality leads that convert into business. So no matter how many times they've been reached out to by lead gens or people trying to sell services before, if you're able to approach them in a way which is different and in a way that gets their attention and gets a conversation started, and you're able to do something a little bit different, then you're still going to be able to land them as clients no matter how many times they've been kind of hammered by lead gens, all right? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about ways that we can do that today. And the first way, and this is how I kind of started doing big business, is by doing what I call a grandfather deal. I didn't come up with that name, but it basically means that you make a client feel special. You reach out to them and say, listen, Mr. Client, Mrs. Client, I've been working a lot in the mortgage industry, all right? And I've got a lot of experience and I've been able to generate leads and grow businesses over in this niche. And what's happened is that we realize there's a lot of congruence, there's a lot of similarities between going into your niche, which is life insurance, and mortgage. Okay, it's very similar. We were able to create good hooks and angles, and it's a financial service, and we think we can do really well over in life insurance. But we're willing to work with a few clients, just a handful of clients, to be able to work with them on a back-end deal. All right. All you have to do is cover the ad spend for what we're going to spend on your leads. And then if anything converts off the back of that, then we'll just take a small commission. All right, so that way we don't get paid unless you get paid. And we're basically working for free until that happens, because all you're doing is covering the ad spend. All right, and you'd be surprised how many people kind of bite at that type of deal when you say that we only get paid when you get paid. All right, it's really quite powerful. And a lot of you might be asking the question, well, that's too slow. I don't want to wait until I get paid. There's trust issues. How do you track in their CRM if they make a sale? All that type of stuff. Well, it doesn't really matter, okay? Because the first 3 clients that you work with in a brand new niche, while you're trying to get stuff figured out, are probably not going to last forever anyway. It's probably going to be quite unusual. They get amazing results out of the gate. All right, so you're using these kind of grandfather type deals with your first few clients to be able to learn on other people's dime. I know that sounds a little bit cheeky, and I definitely wouldn't share that with the client. But for me, it's a really powerful way to be able to kind of get started in a new niche and learn with other people's money. The next thing you want to do is find out the kind of pain points, especially if clients are buying leads already. You want to be able to find out why they're struggling with the leads. All right, so it depends on the industry. All right, but let's say it's an industry like mortgages. Okay, If you know the mortgage industry, you might know that there's certain criteria of leads which the client absolutely loves or absolutely hates. All right, and if you're able to build a funnel in the background that you have that's yours, using Leads Hook or some kind of a survey funnel, and show the clients why your leads are different and why they're going to be catered towards more the clients, the leads that they love versus the leads that they hate, then that's going to get their attention. So if you open a conversation with a mortgage client and you're able to understand whether or not they want people with bad credit or good credit, for example, and you're able to show how you're able to exclude them from your funnel or include them depending on what they love or hate, then that's usually a really good door opener, and it's going to get their attention. Okay, because from my experience, clients would prefer to work less leads that are high quality than more leads that are lower quality, because if they're working thousands of leads and getting a terrible conversion rate, their sales team's going to be demoralized. They've got to hire more people. It's just a complete shit show, to be brutally honest. So I would just try and figure out what they're struggling with, and then show them maybe in a little Loom video about how you can help them with this problem during that kind of outreach conversation. The third thing I want to touch on today is to make sure that you know your numbers, because eventually they're going to ask you how much you can generate the leads for. If you're going into a new niche, they're going to ask you what you think you can get the leads for, if it's a grandfather deal or it's a straight pay per lead deal or whatever that looks like. All right. So you've got to be able to understand. Let's use that mortgage example. Let's say you're going into bridging finance. All right, that's a great little side industry in the finance space. It could be that you've got to figure out how much the client is going to make gross commission on a deal. All right, so I've just had a mate that's gone through bridging finance. I think he was charged 1% per month of the amount that he borrowed until he paid that money back. I don't know what those commercials look like in your country, but I think that's what it was. So I think he could have borrowed 200 grand and he was getting literally charged $2,000 per month for 6 months, which means it was a £12,000 commission that the lending company made, which is really chunky, right? So if you're able to kind of go into the sales conversation armed with these facts, and you have at least a decent understanding of how much they're making, then you can work backwards to figure out how much you can charge per lead. And a good rule of thumb, a really good rule of thumb is roughly 1% of the amount that the gross commission is. So for that 12K commission, it'd be roughly £120 per lead. That works pretty well based on our calculations and experience. All right. So knowing your numbers, and you're going to lose respect straight away if you go in and you try and charge them £350 per bridging lead. They'll just go, what? That just doesn't make sense. It's impossible. Okay, so know your numbers and then you stand a chance. All right, and the last thing I want to talk today about is with landing clients without testimonials or case studies. What trumps everything, I guess, is knowing knowing the people that you're speaking to. All right, and this really takes a little bit of work, because if you're, I call it let your market do your marketing. All right, if you're trying to reach out to people and just shove leads down their throat, remember they're being reached out to by hundreds, maybe thousands of people doing the same thing. All right, if you're able to figure out what your client, I call it the hot button, is, what I mean by the hot button is if this mortgage client is going to bed each night and he's sitting, he's lying there next to his wife and he's going, oh my God, I can't believe that I've been buying leads from so-and-so company, and all they're doing is sending leads that are bad credit, and it's just not working. All right, I'm spending that money and the contact rate's terrible, and my sales team's getting demoralized and it's just not working. All right, so their hot button might be bad credit leads. Okay, that could be the thing that they absolutely despise the most. Or it could be, if they're a roofer, the fact that they have to go out and travel 45 miles to be able to get to quote for an inspection job, only to find that they're being price shopped by that prospect, and it's a race to the bottom because the lead's being sold 5 other times to all of their competitors. All right, that could be the thing that they're really struggling with. In that instance, it could be they hear exclusive leads and they're no more than 5 miles from your home. Okay, they start hearing outreach messages like this or ads that kind of touch on that type of thing. It doesn't matter if you have testimonials or case studies at all, because you're kind of scratching their hot button. All right, it's what makes a big difference. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video today. There's some good tips in my opinion, from my experience, that's really helped land clients in brand new niches. If you've liked this video, then please give us a like so we know to create more content like this. If you've got any questions at all about outreach and landing clients with our testimonials, please comment below. And lastly, if you want to be the first to get our content, then please hit the subscribe button. And finally, I've been talking a lot about pay-per-lead in today's video. I have a game plan on to show you how to move from the retainer-based model to pay-per-lead. It's just much simpler. It's really good stuff. Check it out. There'll be a link somewhere in the video. Enjoy.